Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Gms who rule and teach well. Peace and safety to the Akim that's around the four corners of the world that's pushing out this truth, giving our diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. It's the brother Chaarawtaza here out the GMS Atlanta camp. Is here with the lesson, going in on the topic of us eating the whole roll, which is pertaining to the scriptures. You know, as the Lord told Ezekiel, you know, to eat the whole roll, which I have on the screen here. You know, it's really is a cut, you know, to you Old Testament Israelites, you Old Testament whoever, or New Testament whoever. And this thing, the book, the Holy Scriptures is they complement each other. You know, scriptures complement each other. That's why Scripture says precept upon precept, line upon line. You know, here a little, there a little. So, but without further ado, this is Ezekiel chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel." Now, this is also a precept pertaining to that the scriptures and the word is only speaking to Israel, man. You know, it didn't say go and speak to the house of Edom. You know, it says speaking to the house of Israel, which are you so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, and so-called blacks. You know, and the roll represents the whole scriptures. You know, and it says go and speak unto the house of Israel. Verse 2, it says, "So I opened my mouth and caused me to eat that roll." You know, so Ezekiel read the book and got the understanding of the scriptures. You know, it says, verse 3, "And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness," which represents the sweetness that the scriptures give you. You know, once you first come into the scripture, so locking into the truth. You know, you rejoice. You know, and ponder a lot upon the kingdom. You know, salvation. You know, finding out that you're an Israelite. You know, that's the honey, you know, of the scriptures, you know, which Ezekiel was speaking about, you know, but it's also a bitter side to it because the Lord deals with a perfect balance. You know, that bitterness is, you know, the infirmities that you catch along with your ride, your walk in the truth, you know, your low points. You know, Satan coming at you, defending your Satan. You know, that's the bitterness of you know, of the scriptures. You know, verse 4, and it says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel," which again they're speaking on Israelites. You know, it says, "And speak with my words unto them." You know, so that's what the Lord told Ezekiel to do. Hey, we're doing the same thing in the days of now. You know, we you know, we ate the roll. You know, we got the honey, the sweetness and the bitterness. You know, and Salaki. And we're speaking, you know, to the truth and telling the Israelites that the truth is for you and for nobody else, man. You know, Edomite can't come into the truth. You know, this is Revelation chapter 10, verse 8. It says, And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. Now that little book represents the scriptures, you know. And it says, And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in my mouth sweet as honey. You know, so this is the speaking on the bitterness of the scriptures as well as the honey. You know, as I explained before, the honey, you know, is when you first come into the truth. You know, you're finding out you're Israelite. You're finding out that it's not wrong to deal with multiple women as long as they don't have a man. You know, you find out that you're a chosen seed, children of the Most High, a child of the Most High. Lord willing, you know that you're a part of the elect. You know, that's the honey and the sweetness, as well as getting the understanding of the scriptures. That's a part of the sweetness and the honey of it. You know, but that bitterness, man, hey, as you keep continuing and fighting in the truth, you know, that bitterness comes along, man. You know, like I said before, the infirmity, the sickness, you know, Satan coming at you every which way you look, you know, catching a flat tire, you know, having car troubles, you know, not being able to sustain or keep a job. You know, brothers go through numerous amounts of things, and that's just a part of the walk, man. You know, so that's why you can't, you know, really complain, you know, about your walk, because each and every brother is going through probably, if not the same thing, worse. You know, and it says, but at verse 10, it says, And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Speaking on that bitterness again, man. You know, and he said it to me, Thou must prophesy again for many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. You know, and this, that's what we're doing, you know, as of right now, man. We're prophesying for many people out on the highways and byways, you know, speaking the truth, man, of the little book, which is talking about the Bible. You know, that's why it's important for us to digest and to read, you know, as much as you can, so you can get the understanding of the scriptures, man. You know, getting into certain things such as the Hebrew, you know, secular history, you know. Who is who in the scriptures, you know, and I'm speaking to myself as this because as I'm getting further along in my walk, I've only been in it, you know, for a short amount of time, you know, but I have to keep developing more and more, you know, and being well-rounded and well-balanced so I can endure. You know, that's because mainly that's what this is about, man, enduring. You know, growing and abounding in the truth, as Paul said. You know, and let me get one more scripture before I close out. This is Psalms 40:7. It says, Then said I, Lo, I come. In the volume of the book it is written of me. The volume of the book, you know, that's why, you know, this is a cut pertaining to, you know, you Old Testament or just New Testament people or Israelites. You know, hey, you have to digest the entire book, man. You know, this shows you that GMS has the correct, the truth, man, 100% truth. You know, starting with the Apostle Tahara on down. You know, because we come in the volume of the book, you know, We can link up scriptures in the Old Testament speaking of Yahushua. We can link up scriptures in the New Testament that's speaking of Moses. You know? So this is how we know that we have the book, and we've eaten it, and majority of us, you know, have digested the scriptures, man. You know, now we must continue to fight, you know. But I didn't want it to be long. I'm going to go ahead.